Thank you for joining me on exercise 2D. I'm going to be looking at question 1. This is for each of the following questions. Use your calculator when appropriate, but do make sure that you demonstrate your use and understanding the calculus process, and in particular use of the second derivative test. So the total profit is P dollars, and it's generated by marketing X items. And we're going to be looking at this formula for profit, and it says profit equals 25 x squared plus 5,000 x minus x cubed. And we want the value of x that gives the maximum profit. Now, maximum profit is when the derivative dp dx is equal to 0. So we can get the derivative of this, and if you used your calculator, I recommend that you define the function as being 25x squared plus 5,000 x minus x cubed. Once you've defined f of x, you could solve in your calculator. You could solve, and I'm using a ClassPad here, Casio ClassPad. You could solve the derivative of, and then you put the function that you've defined in there, and we let that equal to 0, and we solve that for x. And if you put that in your Casio ClassPad, it will tell you, well, there are two places where we could get a 0 value for the derivative. It's 50 and negative 33.3 recurring. Now, without a calculator, we could go back to saying dp dx. If we just get the derivative of that, 50x plus 5,000 minus 3x squared, and we would let that equal to 0. Therefore, negative 3x squared plus 50x plus 5,000 equals 0. And solving this, two numbers that multiply to give, so 1/3, 50, two numbers that multiply to give AC, which is negative 15,000, and they add to give B, which is 50. And so we're dealing with, let's look at 150 times 100, negative 150 times negative 100, 150 plus negative 100 gives 50. So we're dealing with negative 3x. I'll just take that negative out and place that negative in front. 3x equals 0 over 3, because I've taken the negative out. Now I've got a positive, negative, negative. So we want plus 100 and minus 150, which gives x equals 50 from that bracket, and x equals negative 100 over 3 from that bracket. So we get the same values. That's if we don't use our calculator. Now, to test, we want the maximum. So we want when the second derivative, d2y dx squared, is a positive value, is a negative value, so we get a maximum. So if we were to take d2p dx squared and the derivative of the derivative, so it's 50 minus 6x, and substitute our two values. When x is positive 50, our second derivative is 50 minus 6 times 50, which is negative 250. Yes, it's a negative, therefore it's a local maximum. And if we substitute x is, no, we wouldn't do negative 33 because you can't have negative 33 items. So we can only have 50 items. Therefore, 50 is our only possible option and 50 is a maximum. And finally, we answer the question. And the question was, what did they ask? The question was, find the value of x that gives the maximum profit and determine what this maximum profit will be. So we've already got the value of x when x equals 50. That's part one. And what is the maximum profit? We substitute the profit will be, and you substitute 50 into the formula. So you substitute 25x squared, where we can put this 25x squared, which is 50 squared, plus 5,000 times x minus 50 cubed. And we put that on a calculator. And we get, since I've defined it, I'm going to find the function of 50 and the calculator. So let's do that. I've already put that on the calculator. So I go the function. We could have graphed it as well on the Calcio. That's an alternative strategy. And it's 187,500. Or you could plug that into your standard calculator and get, that is the maximum profit. We must put $1 because the maximum profit, and we should use words, when x equals 50 items is 187,500. So I hope this has helped. Until next time, stay happy.